All right. Good evening, everyone. One quick check with AV. Are we good here? Just let me know if the AV is good. Good evening, Sangram. Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Are we good with the AV? Just let me know if it is good. Hello. Hello. Give me a thumbs up if the audio is good, folks. Are you guys able to hear me, see me? Hello. Hello. All right. Yes. So I think we are good here for the AV. I'm good. I'm good, Kunal. Thank you. Thank you for asking. So, hey, folks, welcome to yet another session of PYQ solving. So, we did a couple of sessions prior to this. And this class, we're going to do 2025 slot 3. That is what we have in store for the day. So, all these questions happen to be from 2025 slot 3. So, let's do a few questions. And then once again, all of them are arithmetic questions. We have done one round of arithmetic. So it would be pretty wise to recap all the PYQ arithmetics to get comfortable, right? So we'll get into the class. The template is going to be the same. I'm going to show you a question. I'll give you 3 to 4 minutes time for you to run through the question and then solve it. And then we'll start discussing it. And then we'll see if there is a better way to do it, or if there is a conventional, it's going to be boring to solve the question, or some nice, pretty way to solve it. So that's going to be the key here. So without any further ado, let's start the class, and that will be your first question. Have a look at the question, try solving it, and then we'll discuss. Okay, Athab, we have just started. We're barely begun. We are going to do the first question. So take your time, finish off your dinner, and then you can resume here. Right. Now it's time we solve solve this question. So the question goes this way. Vessels A and B contain 60 liters of alcohol and 60 liters of water respectively. A certain volume is taken out from A and poured into B. After stirring, the same volume is taken out from B and poured into A. The resultant ratio of alcohol and water in A is 15:4. Then the volume in liters initially taken out from A is. So, nice question. Look around this and then extract the data that I have. So, it says that A is filled with alcohol, 60 liters alcohol. B is filled with 60 liters water. So, alcohol to water initially. Here it was 60 liters of alcohol and 0 liters of water. Here it was 0 liters of alcohol and 60 liters of water. So that's how it was, 60 liters alcohol and 60 liters water. We have this first. Now, some amount of alcohol is removed from here and poured into over here. So how much liters was removed? That is not given, which is exactly what we need to find. So I'm going to say some X liters removed. I'm going to remove X liters from here and I'm going to add it over here. So in that case, my alcohol will be 60 minus X. Pure alcohol is removed, right? When I put it over there, I'll get X liters of alcohol over here then. So here it will become X liters of alcohol and 60 liters of water. Now, again X liters is removed from here and added over here. As a result, the ratio of alcohol to water will become 15:4. In some parts, 15 parts to 4 parts. Is going to be that. Now the question is, what is going to be my X? What value of X was removed? Right. Now how do I go around this? Now by concentration we know that I'm going to look into this part, container B over here. From here I can notice that the total is 60 plus X liters, right? The total here will be 60 plus X liters. Out of which, what is the water rate here? I have 60 liters. Out of which 60 water and X alcohol. Or I can say water concentration is 60 divided by 60 plus X. So the total concentration of water in B from here will be 60 divided by 60 plus X. Now notice that this is the concentration. I'm going to remove X liters out of it. What will be the water concentration there? Still the same ratio. So in X liters, it will become 60X by 60 plus X. X into 60 by 60 plus X. X liters of this mixture is removed, added over here, and that X liters will have 60 by 60 plus X of water in it. Why am I looking into that part? Because that amount of water comes here. So what will be the water content here? I'm not worried about the alcohol here. The remaining will be alcohol, I know. So here water will become X into 60 by 60 divided by 60 plus X. Right? There will be some water here, some alcohol here, balance will be alcohol because you are also adding something here. 60 X square by 60 plus X, whatever comes here, not even worried about it. This will be the water that comes over here. Now can I say 60X divided by 60 plus X is equal to 4 by 90th of 60. Why is it 4/90th of 60? Out of the total 19 parts, 4 parts is water. So 4/90th of the total is water. The total will again be 60. How is it 60? I took away x letters, gave back x letters, so the total still remains 60. We solve for this, I have my x value. That's all. So cancel this out. This gets cancelled over here. So you'll have 19x is equal to 240 plus 4x. Bring this here. 15x is equal to 240, or x is equal to 240 by 15. 225 plus 15. 16 letters. So 16 letters was removed. And that will be our answer. Beautiful question. The moment you understand the concentration of an entire vessel and the concentration of whatever amount was taken, they both will always be same. The moment you get that idea, you can plug this logic in, substitute it over here and solve this question. Nothing fancy here. One of those questions that probably takes 3 to 4 minutes but guarantees you that 3 marks. Now sometimes the risk to reward ratio has to be accounted for. Would I want to solve this question? If I see this question as a first question on the paper, would I solve it? The answer is I would recommend you to go for it, because the funda is simple, the equations, the steps are simple, the understanding is simple. You plug it in, you're through. You are seeing such a big solution here because I'm writing it, I'm explaining it to you. But when you solve it, you will easily crack it down the moment you know the logic. Right? I'm going to have one quick look at the chart here. Any doubts? 10. Atharv says 10. Atharv, I'm getting 16. I'm not getting 10. I'm getting 16 here. Can you revisit your solution? Can you just revisit it once? Check it out, okay? Awesome. I'll hop on to the next question then. Have a look at this question. We'll solve. Hey Aryan, good evening. Yeah. Go for this question, we'll discuss. Right. This one's nicely easy. Mind you, I haven't added the options. They are some of these questions did have options, but I have not included the options here because again, you know me well. I prefer solving a question and not attempting a question. We haven't reached that point as of now where I'm going to teach you how to attempt a question based on strategies, options selection. Unless or until a question needs options to be solved, I usually don't pick options. So I think some of these questions, none of the questions will have options here, but then some of them did have options in the paper. Some of them were MCQ, not theta. Here all of them will be theta. Right. Look at this question. The rate of water flow through three pipes A, B and C are in the ratio 4:9:36. An empty tank can be filled up completely by pipe A in 15 hours. If all three pipes are used simultaneously to fill up this tank, then the time and minutes required to fill up the entire tank completely is nearest to what? They are asking it in minutes. So A takes, I want to change the ink. A takes 4 liters per minute. I'm going to write it in minutes because the answer is being asked in minutes. B is 9 liters per minute, whereas C will be 36 liters per minute. So A alone takes 15 hours. So from here I can say capacity will be 15 hours into 60 minutes into 4 liters per minute. That will be my capacity. 15 into 60 into 4. That will be my capacity. If all three are filling, so this will be 15 into 4 is 60. So this entire thing will be 3600 liters. So if all three of them are going to fill this, will happen to get 36, 45, 49 liters per minute. 49 liters per minute. So if all three of them are required to fill the tank, what time will it take? Simple. 3600 divided by 49 liters per minute. 49 by 3600 by 49. 3600 by 49. 3600 by 50 is exactly 72. Precisely 72. 3600 by 50 is precisely 72. I'm looking at 3600 by 49 will roughly be greater than that, which is somewhere around 73 point. Are we getting somewhere close to 73 point? The conventional way, I'm going to look at the conventional way here. 360 7 times is 350 ki 343. Remainder is going to be 17170. 3 times 73 times will be 147. Remainder will be 23. 230 will be 73.4 roughly. I was right. 73.4 minutes. The answer option would have 73 minutes. 73.4 minutes is what I'm getting. The option will either be 73.4 or 73 minutes, and that will be our answer. Nice and easy. Yes, Athar, Sangram, Devansh. Last line, last word saying to this question is an entire tank completely is nearest to. Nearest to is 73 minutes. Because 73.4 I round it off, it is 73. I'm done. Right. Any doubts? Binayak has a question, how to finish the syllabus in 5 months. Binayak will address this question. After solving a couple of more questions, we'll get back to that. Remind me to answer that question. Right. Might probably slip it. We'll probably miss that out. But then drop that message again. We'll discuss. Okay. Any questions? Any doubts? Are you getting 73.64 Devansh? I get 73.46. I'm not getting 6. I'm getting 4. Check it out. Aryan, no, thetas do not have decimal answers. On a very worst case scenario, the worst possible case scenario, they ask you to round it off to an integer. But even that, the chances are very, very less. Most of the times, you get an integral value in theta questions. Very rarely, you might get an decimal value that they will ask you to round it off. Like greatest integer function, they will ask you to round it off to the greatest integer or the smallest integer. In those cases, a decimal value will be converted to integer, but most often than not, a theta question is an integer question. As in, the answer itself is an integer. No rounding of job gets done over there. Right? Aryan, it is 73. Yes. It is 73.46 precisely. Have a look at this question. Beautiful question. I like the moment there is some beautiful logic that sits in the question, I start loving that question. One of those questions happened to be this. Have a look at it. We'll discuss. All right, let's do this one. Beautiful question to work around with. Ankita walks from A to C through B and runs back through the same route at a speed that is 40% more than her walking speed. She takes exactly 3 hours 30 minutes to walk from B to C as well as to run from B to A. Running B to A is 3 hours 30 minutes. Walking from C to B is 3 hours 30 minutes. The total time in minutes she would take to walk A to B and run from B to C. So there are 3 towns, 3 points that we are looking at here. I'll look at a diagram, nice and neat, and see if I can extrapolate something from here. So walks from A to C through B. So B is somewhere here. I don't know where B is. This is A. This is. She walks the onward distance and runs back at a speed that is 40% more than her walking speed. So in the onward direction, she walks. And then in the return direction, in the return journey, she runs. So if I say walking speed is X, this will be 1.4x, 40% more than. Here I'm going to say speed. For convenience, I'm going to call it 5x. Is it 5x? Because if I say 5x, I can deal with integers. So here, running speed will be 7x. Why? 40% more speed. 10% is going to be 0.5. So 40% is 2x. 7x is the speed. So walking speed is 5x. Running speed is 7x. Now what else is given? She takes exactly 3 hours 30 minutes to walk from B to C. Walking B to C, this takes 3 hours 30 minutes. I'm going to call it 210 minutes. As well as to run from B to A. Running from B to A is also 3 hours 30 minutes, which is 210 minutes. Now they are asking this time T1 and let me call it T2. The question is T1 plus T2 is equal to. That's the question. I'm going to look into this and then say, what can I infer from here? What do I do? Now notice this. I want to change the color of the ink. If I cut down this part from here to here, my distance is constant. So I know my speed is inversely proportional to my time. What do I mean by that? Here the speed was 5x. Carving this part alone, 5x is the speed, 7x should be the speed here, right? Onward journey has taken 5x. The return journey has taken 7x speed. So if this is 5x and 7x, 5:7 ratio, I can very well say the time here will be 7y, here the time will be 5y, right? Yes. Speed to time ratio, they are inversely proportional. Yes. So here it is 5x and 7x. So the time will be 7y to 5y. So from here I can say 7y is equal to 210. Y is equal to 30. So from here I can say 5y, that implies 5y is equal to 150 minutes. So T2 is equal to 150 minutes. Done. I have T2. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here and use the same logic here. 5x, speed is equal to 5x here. Speed is equal to 7x here. So time ratio here it will become 7y and 5y. Once again same, whatever time they take will be the inverse of the speed ratio. So from here I can say 5y is equal to 210. So 7y will be 210 into 7 by 5. So this will be 42 42 into 7 is 42. 40 into 7 is 280 plus 14. So this is 294 minutes. They're asking T1 plus T2. So 294 plus 150 is going to be 344, 444. And that will be our answer. Beautiful idea. The logic, rather than writing equations, if you can get that logic, speed and time are inversely proportional. If the speeds in these two cases are 5x and 7x, time will be 7y and 5y. Inverse the speeds to get the time ratio, equate one of them to that, you will get the other one. Similarly, do the same step over there. Here too. Clear? Any doubts? Sangram, 7 hours 24 minutes is a brilliant answer. That's the right answer. But the question is clearly given in minutes. So you might have to change that to minutes. 7 hours is 420 minutes. 24 minutes is 444 minutes. That's correct. But the way you have produced your answer might be a slip off. So ensure that you don't make that. Okay. We'll hop on to the next question now. Any doubts? Any questions? Any queries? We'll attack the next one now. Great. Check this one out. Nice and easy, simple question. Go for it. Easy. Right. We'll do this one now. Look at this one. It says The average salary of 5 managers and 25 engineers in a company is 60,000. Each of the managers received 20% salary increase, while the salary of the engineers remained unchanged. The average salary of all 30 employees would have increased by 5%. The average salary in rupees of the engineers is, I'm going to say, average of engineers Z and average of managers is M. Right? So let's apply this. So my first equation, average salary is 60,000 for 30 employees. So that will be 5 managers plus 25 engineers divided by 30 is equal to 60,000. Right? That's my first equation. Now, each of the manager received a 20% hike, while the engineers remained unchanged. Classic corporate, managers all getting a hike, the engineers not getting a hike. But this is not our place to sit and discuss that. So, my manager's new salary will be 20% increase, which will become 1.2 M, right? M becomes 1.2 M. I can use that, I can take it out. So this will become 6 M. 5 into 1.2 is 6 M plus 25, these buggers don't change, divided by 30 is equal to, the result happens, what happens to it? Average salary would have increased by 5%. This increases by 5%. 10% is 6,000, 5% is 3,000. So this is 63,000. Right. So cross multiply, you will get 5M plus 25E is equal to 60,000 into 30. That's 18 followed by 5 zeros. 18 lakhs. The next equation will be 6M plus 25E is equal to 63 into 3 is 189. 189 followed by 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to solve for this equation, minus, minus and minus. So this gets cancelled. M is equal to 189 minus 180 is 90,000. 4 zeros, 90K. So the average salary of an manager is 90,000. But the question is asking average salary of engineers. So some point I might have to plug this in elsewhere. I'm going to plug this over here, 5. So that will become 5 into 90,000 plus 25E is equal to 184.5. So 5 into 90,000 is 45 followed by 4 zeros, goes to the other end. So 25E is equal to 118 lakhs minus 45. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lakh 50,000. So 25E is equal to 1,35,000. Are we right? 4,45,000 goes over here, 135 followed by 4 zeros. Yes. Or E is equal to 135,000 divided by 25. 1350 I can cancel out. 135 will be 5 times 4. So E is equal to 54,000. So managers get 90,000, engineers on an average get 54,000, and that will be our answer. Nice question. Now sometimes I wonder, we are apprehensive, we are worried about what type of questions come in the paper, only to realize questions like these has been sitting in the paper. Right. The only challenge here is you might have to search for it and then get it done. Understand that if all these questions that you are looking here happen to be from CAT. PYQs very specifically. So there are some dumb questions, simple questions that you can gobble up in minutes. The only challenge here is solving two big equations and the numbers are relatively big. But hey, if it is worth it, if it is worth 3 marks, you don't look behind the pain. You don't look for the pain, you look for those 3 marks. This question is hit and trial. Again, you can do an hit and trial with options or simplify this. You can also do this with allegations. Allegations is another way to do it. Figure out how it's done. I'm just giving you a glimpse of what it is. That's all. Right. We'll jump to the next question. Go for this. Another nice question. Right. I'll have one look at this question now. The ratio of number of coins in boxes A and B was 17:7. After 108 coins were shifted from A to B, this ratio became 37:20. From here I can find what ratio, the number of coins in the initial phase. The number of coins that needs to be shifted further from A to B to make this ratio 1:1. I have to do two cases of cross multiplying ratios here. The first case will be 17p minus 108 divided by 7p plus 108. Removing from here, adding it here. The ratio becomes 37:20. So There's something that we can do here. Not really. Cross multiply and get this done. So this will be 340p minus 108 into 20. I'm not going to really multiply this. I'm going to keep it as it is equal to 37 into 7. 37 into 7, 210. 210 and a 49, 259 plus 108 into 37. 259p. So bring this here, take this over there. So you will have 340p minus 259p. That's a 41 here, that's a 40 here, that's 81p is equal to, this goes over there, 108 into 37, 108 into 20, that's 108 into 37 plus 20, or 81p is equal to 108 into 57. Both of them can go well in 9. This will be 9 times, this will be 12 times. Both of them can go well in 27 itself straight away. Why cancel it in 9? Both of them go well in 27. So this will be 3p, this will be 4 times. This can further get cancelled here. This will be 19. So p is equal to 76. 4 into 19 is 76. But the job is only half done. So the initial state was 17 into 76. But then 108 coins were removed from here. Here it was 7 into 76, but plus 108 coins. But once again, I don't want to multiply this because I can equate them and simplify it rather than spending time with the multiplication. Some more coins from here should go over there, thus making the ratio 1:1, or simply subtract x here, add x here, the totals are equal. That's what it means, right? Simply put equal to, and then we solve for it. Right? As simple as it can go. Atharv is multiplying everything. 81p is equal to 6156. I don't really have to multiply Atharv. Try keeping, retain your energy as much as you can by not doing a bunch of calculations. Be smart enough to do that. I could have done it, but I realized that it was a waste of time. Again, multiply that and then divide. Most likely they might get cancelled and multiply later on. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. So from this case, I can bring the 76 over here. This part, both of these parts over here, and that x goes over there. So you'll have 2x is equal to 17 into 76 minus 7 into 76. Minus 108 minus 108. So this will become 76 into 10, 17 minus 7 minus 216. 2x is equal to this. So x is equal to, divide this entire step by 2. So that's 38 into 10 minus 108. X is equal to 380 minus 108. So x is equal to 272. Furthermore, remove 272 coins from here, add it over there. The totals in both boxes will be equal. Right? Any doubts? Sir, every time I want to do calculation smartly, but when I see some big numbers, I automatically use the calculator. I want to get rid of this habit. And it takes time, man. It takes time. The intuition to deal with numbers, see, it's a play. How do I explain this? If you follow cricket, you will probably understand this. I read this one article a few years back. Apparently, the West Indies Cricket Union Association, they tried building a better coaching arenas for the youngsters. So what they did a few workshops, and apparently one particular time they brought in Brian Lara. was considered to be one of the greatest. And Lara was teaching them how to play a cover drive. Now, one of the classiest things in cricket happens to be watching a left-hander play a cover drive. As much as a right-hander, left-handers cover drives have much more elegance, and people love to watch Lara's cover drive. Imagine it was as good as Sachin's cover drive. So people talk a lot about Sachin's cover drive. It was better. In my opinion, Lara's cover drives were better. I was teaching a few kids how to play a cover drive. And he was telling them all those steps. You have to put your foot here, you have to watch the ball, you have to come here, body weight transfer. He taught everything that he could, and they were not able to execute it. Lara walks in with blindfolded eyes. He played 4 cover drives, all 4 identical. Now, I'm not telling you should be a Lara to do that. I'm telling you have to understand he would have done it so many times, he could do it in his sleep. You cannot remove a habit just like that. It takes time. So hang on tight, keep doing it over and again. The more you do, the better you get at it. That's the point, right? Sangakkara, yes. Sangakkara had a brilliant card, right? Athar, I would put Lara over any names that you have mentioned over here. Virat Kohli was good, Riches was good, but Lara was brilliant. Lara was on a different league. It was as good as Sachin. I'm a big fan of Sachin as a cricketer. So I grew up watching him. So obviously I'm a big fan of him, but then Lara's cover drive over any of these people that you are mentioning here. Right. Devansh is pointing out Root, Kohli and all. Devansh, I'm talking about like the absolute legends of the cricket, of the sport. I agree Root and Kohli were good. That's why we call them modern day legends. They were good. That's all. But when I'm talking about a few shots, Kohli had a few shots. His wrist play was good. His flicks were good. Everything was good. But when you say straight dive, you are talking about Sachin. When you are talking about cover drives, you are talking about Lara, Sachin and a couple of other people. All these people take the second fiddle now. Right? You have to understand that. Go watch Lara's innings. Probably if you get time, it's still available on YouTube. You see a lot of highlights. Watch those clips. You will understand why people say he was a legend. Right? You will get to know. We'll move forward. One last question for the day. Have a look at it. Let's crack this one now. And quick look at the chat here. Devan says we have watched our childhood by watching Fab 4. Fab 4 are good again. No disrespect to any cricketer, anyone who plays any sport at the highest form deserves respect, undoubtedly. One who can play around the clock deserves uttered respect, demands respect from everyone. So I'm giving that to them. But then the reason why you cannot compare the modern day players to the age old players is that I can give you this example. We have had what now? Some 12, 13, 14, 200s in ODI cricket. But of the lot, undoubtedly, hands down, I will rate only 2 of those double centuries better than any of the other. Of course, one of them automatically, one special mention will be Maxwell's 201 against Afghanistan. That's a different story. With the situation at 91 for 7, I was rooting for Afghanistan that day. I wanted Afghanistan to win, but then Maxwell walked in with a cramped leg. He played that innings, which deserves respect. But on a sporting field, I rate 2 double centuries better than any other double century. One is Sachin's in Gwalior, and then Sehwag's in Indore. 2 major reasons. Both these centuries happened without the field restrictions that we have today. 4 fielders outside the circle, 3 power plays. The power play, third power play can be taken anywhere, anytime. None of those rules existed back then. Back then, even outside the power play, there were 5 fielders through the time. And the conditions were not batting friendly. We need to understand that it took, ever since we started having ODIs, 50 over ODIs, which has been there for 50 years now. It took 40 years for the first double century to happen. And it took another 10 years for the next 15. Cricket has become batting friendly. That's why it is hard, it is impossible for me to compare the modern day cricketers to old age cricketers. No comparison. You cannot even draw comparison. You respect them without a doubt, but that comparison can never be drawn. Right. Now, coming back to the question. Rahul starts on his journey at 5 p.m. at constant speed so that he reaches his destination at 11 p.m. the same day. Starts at 5 p.m., reaches 11 p.m. the same day. So that's 6 hours journey. However, on his way, he stops for 20 minutes and after that, increases his speed by 3 kilometers per hour to reach on time. So he travels a certain distance and then he stops for 20 minutes and resumes. Since he has lost this 20 minutes to compensate this 20 minutes loss, he increases his speed by 3 kilometers per hour, thus reaching the destination on time only. But there's another condition that it gives. If he had stopped for 10 minutes more, instead of stopping for 20 minutes, if he stops for 30 minutes, he would have had to increase the speed by 5 km per hour to reach on time. This initial speed was what? We have done a lot of questions like this in the class when we did change in speed for the remaining distance. We have done this format. I'm going to use the same format and solve for this. The initial stage at the standard distance at the regular speed, it takes t time. So here I would have said d is equal to s into t. But on a particular day, what happened? After a certain distance, this distance was covered at s. This distance was covered at s plus 3 kilometers per hour. As a result, it took t plus 1 by 3 hours. I'm keeping the minutes to hours. 20 minutes, I'm writing it as hours. Right? But they are also telling us, now instead, if he had traveled this distance at s plus 5, he could have waited for 10 more minutes, which means instead of waiting for 20 minutes, he could have taken a rest for 30 minutes. So that compensation will also get added here. T plus 30, I'm going to write it as 1 by 2. Now notice this idea. If you look at this part, in all these three cases, this leg of the journey was covered at s kilometers per hour only. So the time taken to cover this journey in each of the leg would be same. But here it was s. Here it was s plus 3. Here it was s plus 5. So if I look at this distance only, this he would have traveled at his usual time. Whatever time that was designed to be completed here, is taking that only, right? Here, whatever time that he usually takes to cover this distance, he takes 20 more minutes, which he is resting. Same case over here. So can I say, here speed into time will give me this distance. Here speed into time, this time, the t here corresponds to time taken to cover this distance. Speed into time will give me this distance, and also this speed into time will give me this distance, or I can straight away say st is equal to s plus 3 into t plus 1 by 3, that is equal to s plus 5 into t plus 1 by 2. All of them are equal. For that distance, through the time it is same. So in that case, what would happen here? I'm going to equate these two. St is equal to st plus s by 3 plus 3t plus 1. So st gets cancelled. You will have s by 3 plus 3t plus 1 equals to 0. Similarly, comparing these two, I would get st is equal to multiply this inside, st plus s by 2 plus 5t plus 5 by 2. Again st gets cancelled. So you'll have this equal to 0 then. Can nicely solve for these two equations. I want to multiply this by 3. I want to multiply this by 2. So I'll have s plus 90 plus 1 plus 3 equals to 0, or equal to minus 3. Equal to minus 3. Right. Similarly, multiply this equation by 2, you will get s plus 10t equal to minus 5. So this is 5 by 2. Goes over there, becomes minus 5 by 2. So this will be minus 5. Now I can solve for this. Are we going in the right track? I'm getting a negative value. S plus 3 plus t plus 1 by 3. This is 20 minutes, right? Yes, 20 minutes. Let me just quickly multiply this st plus 5t s by 2 plus 5 by 2. Yes, correct. Multiplying this by 2, I will get s plus 20 plus 5 equal to 0. S plus 90 equal to minus 3. Or is it going wrong? Equating these two, st gets cancelled. Scores over there becomes minus 5 by 2. Minus 5 by 2 into 2 was minus 5 only, correct. Minus plus, oh, correct only. So this will become No, minus t is minus 2. Am I making a mistake with the calculation here? Let me just revisit it again. Second. st plus s by 3, 3t plus 1. Correct. Second equation says st gets cancelled. S by 2, st is equal to st plus s by 2 plus 5t plus 5 by 2. 30 minutes is 1 by 2. What is the equation going wrong? Having a quick look here. Equations are right. 5 kilometer more. Correct. Is increase the speed by 5 kilometer per hour to reach on time. Is initial kilometer per hour. Okay. Where is it going wrong? Let me equate these two and then see where it takes me. So this will be st plus s by 3 plus 3t plus 1 is equal to st plus 5t, st plus s by 2 plus 5t plus 5 by 2. st gets cancelled. So bring this over here. Bring everything over here. Rather, so this will become s by 6 plus 2t plus 5 by 2. Now this is 3 by 2 equals to 0. So multiply this entire equation by 6. I will get s plus 12t plus 9 equals to 0. Multiply this equation by 3. S plus 9t plus 3 equals to 0. Why am I getting negative t? Because the question, is there some mistake with the question? Just give me a second. He's not taking, he's waiting for 10 minutes and 30 minutes, right? Thank you. Glad. The initial state at t plus and so on. The equations were right. The mistake was here. So he doesn't travel for 20 minutes and 30 minutes. So it's not t plus 1 by 3. It is t minus 1 by 3 and t minus 1 by 2. For a moment it got wrong. Sorry about that. It is t minus 1 by 3 and t minus 1 by 2. Oh, yes. It's going to be t minus 1 by 3, t minus 1 by 2. Why? Now, when speed increases, your time decreases. That decrease in time was the time that he was waiting. So, this is t minus 1 by 3, t minus 1 by 2. That's the key here. So, when you solve for it, now it should work well. St is equal to st plus 3t minus s by 3 minus 1 equals to 0. So ST gets cancelled. This I can write it as 3T 90 minus S 90 minus S equals to 3. Minus 3 equals to 0 equals to 3. Equating these two, you will get ST is equal to ST minus S by 2 plus 5T minus 5 by 2. Once again ST gets cancelled. So once again cross multiply, you will get 10T minus S minus 5 equals to 0, or from here I can say bring this here 9T minus S minus 3 equals to 0, minus plus plus, so this gets cancelled. T minus 2 equals to 0, T equals to 2. The mistake was in the sign. I didn't even spot that sign was changed. Speed increases, time decreases. In my head I had a problem that he waited for 20 more minutes. That 20 minutes also got increased in the time, and then I realized that 20 minutes to be compensated, he increased his speed. As a result, he didn't have to travel for that time. So from the actual time, he didn't travel for 20 minutes. So substitute this T equal to 2 in any of the equations. I want to substitute it here. This as 10 into 2 minus S minus 5 equals to 0. 20 minus 5 minus S equals to 0. S is equal to 15 kilometers per hour. That will be our answer. I was wondering, I looked into the equation thrice and I was like, there is no problem with the calculation. Where did it go wrong? And then for a moment I realized, okay, negative sign, the sign changed. One mistake that you make cost you a blunder. I wasted some 3 minutes over it, but hey, shit happens, man. Challenging question, not definitely up the arc from the word go. Nice question to work for it. We understand the funda of this, you apply that. This logic we have done multiple times. All you need to do is plug in that logic and then get through with it. Right? Any doubts? Any questions? So we are technically done for the day. Now quick reminder. So the practice booster is available on the batch now. When you sign up for the practice booster, you get all of this, anything, live lectures, anything that we do that's sitting there unlimited times, unlimited number of times, comes with the DPPs and stuff. And yes, obviously that is free of cost. You don't pay for anything. So log into the website, enroll for the batch. We are through. All right. So we are basically done. In case if you haven't joined the channel yet, those are the QR codes. Scan them. It will take you to the groups. Any discussion, your preparation oriented discussion happens over there. Jump in and take benefits from it. Right. If you are done for the day, best wishes. All the best. Someone had a question regarding 5-month prep. Do we still have that person here? No.